Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Corolla. I'm a soul mender, a tarot reader, spiritual healer, and I'm doing a live on different subjects tonight. So I'm ready to rock and roll. So, okay. So tonight I'm going to be talking about different subjects. So we're going to do a dive on the Pacific Ocean, on Mel G, his new movie that he's planning to do, if it will go ahead, and other deep dives on basically the energy. The energy has been very, very horrible in the moment, actually, to be honest. It's been very dense. Very compressing, where people couldn't breathe, so many said. So I'm going to go and do dives on that. Hang on, let me just set this up properly. So I've got room. Beautiful. So, and we're also going to talk about some really strange creatures, which are interesting creatures, which were in the movie The Caribbean, Pirate of the Caribbean, which apparently there was a tablet washed up of, I think it's Chinu. So we're going to go and ask that. And then apparently there was a book out many years in 1928 by H.P. Lovecraft, and he mentioned some a story on these creatures in a big sea, a kraken and a Chicxulub. So the kraken is actually in some of the movies, so you can actually Google it. Okay, so and then we're going to go into some of the things that are going on in Australia. Okay, so that's going to be interesting, and we're going to go from there. So and see how we go with time, and basically go from there. So I hope it's bright enough. So we had some rain last night, yesterday I should say, and the night before, and today was very nippy, but the dense energy was gone. The weird clouds were gone, and it was a really nice day. I actually went to a beautiful place up here in Hervey Bay. It's the bamboo. It grows bamboo. It's a very big garden that sells plants and all that. And it was a really lovely grounding day. Me and my friend went there. So we're going to get started now. So I'm going to go into the energies first. So as you all know, we're having a big shift in the moment. So it's really good time to basically keep your energy up. I even struggle with this dense energy, and I don't usually struggle with energy because I usually raise my energy pretty high. So with that, but this energy was so awful. It was horrible. I'll just change the lighting. Is that better? No. Very bright. Don't like bright lights. Oh, that's better. I hope. Maybe the other one is okay. Yellow? Yellow it is. The energy was so intense. You couldn't sleep properly. You were waiting for something to happen, like a big shift, a big change. And then when this morning came, it was so beautiful and crispy, a bit windy, but the energy shifted. So the wind come in and blew the energy away. And it was such a beautiful relief. And it's like something lifted. So the energy, there was a big energy shift. So that is really lovely to know. So, all right, let's go into some questions here. So, we're going to ask, was the energy that was so heavy and dull, was it a manipulated energy? So, give me a yes and give me a no. I'm trying to see if I can put the cards, if you can see. Oh, no. All right, I'll hold the cards up, all right? So, the first card is, it was a slaying energy. Came to a 5. So the 5 of Swords, a very mental, exhausting energy. Interesting. And see the fog behind it? That's how it was too. Very foggy like kind of energy. And I feel that was all around mainly around the globe. Then the Hermit, so it's showing the light on it. We have the Devil. It was dark energy to suppress us. Wow. That is so interesting. So I thought it was, because I wanted to do this yesterday and I just couldn't get myself to do a YouTube channel. That's how horrible it felt, actually. So interesting, isn't it? Look how dark it is. Yes. So, yes, that was a very dark energy. Okay. Who shifted the energy? Did someone come in and shift the energy? It was to tie us up, something we couldn't see. And then there was deals. The energy shifted. It rebalanced itself and it came in very fast, the shift. So it was a big energy shift, okay? So that's pretty cool. So next we're going to do deep dive. So I want to ask a question about the Pacific Ocean, especially, right? So, so the legend says there was a tablet which activates this being that's been deep in the sea in the Pacific Ocean, laying dormant, to be rebirthed, but it is a very dark being that loves tormenting people with emotions and hurting them and things like that. Anyway, so that's the legend story. So I watched SpongeBob with my granddaughter a few weeks ago, and it was actually in SpongeBob. And then you can Google actually SpongeBob because it's all in there. But I found that SpongeBob was living in the sea and bringing all these creatures up that were in pirates in the the Caribbean, Johnny Depp's movie, The Pirate of the Caribbean. Do you remember that creature that was man and had all these octopus things hanging over its face? It's like that, okay? And the other one was like a octopus and it had 7 heads, basically, right? I know I'm sounding very crazy and far-fetched here, but you can go and watch both shows that actually have that in it. Is the movie, are those shows based on something? Are they trying to tell us something? Because, they analyze everything through movies, which is quite interesting. So are they actually trying to tell us something through the movies? Are they trying to teach children to protect themselves? Because in all those movies, it's always the good people that win, So it must have to do with being in your heart space and love to conquer. So we're going to go ahead and so are these legend creatures, are they real creatures or are they a myth? So we're going to go on that, okay? Ooh, it's a juggling. So there's a 2 of Pentacles. Juggling with it. So I believe there's 2. And this is a water card. So they are in the water. They are also being used to make money. This is Pentacle. And another Pentacle. So there's a lot to be left into your imagination. It's to have you look. It's an upside down card, so that's a hangman. So that's quite interesting. There's always been deals made everywhere, if you see that. The information is still hidden. It is teaching the young ones to defend their energies. And the Chariot. So it has to be balanced. So the energy has to be very balanced with that one. So is it real? Is there anything the universe wants us to know about these creatures? Should really use my mermaid card, shouldn't I? They're out in the sea. There's 2 boats there, you see? The 2 of Wands. And it's a legend, it's a story as well. There's a Queen. And it gives me a yes answer. Interesting. So, what can I have? So, is the Pacific Ocean out of bounds because of this? There's a Queen of Swords. And the answer is yes. Interesting. I have to change my perspective. My mindset sometimes, it's pretty hard sometimes. So the next one, is there spaceships that go into the Pacific Ocean? There's a deal. What's next? Page of Wands. There's a fire. Ten of Cups. Just to fill up. Oh, there's a big ending here. The 10 of Swords, very mental card. So I asked if there's spaceships under. There's some heads rolling here. So I'm going to ask, because there's heads rolling and there's something, is that the exposure, basically? That's what I'm feeling. Is the exposure coming? Yes. Wow. Okay. So the exposure is coming. So there's an end of this, all these secrets that are hidden from us, and it's written on up here, right? So humanity, a lot of humans already knew. So whoever works out there in the departments, that everything has been so hidden. So it's coming to the surface, basically. Okay, so it's quite interesting. So yes, so it won't be hidden. So I won't ask for a timeline, because timelines are very hard sometimes, because a lot of things shift and change. It's the same in us. We shift and change as well. So I'll just move this around. So we shift and change as well. So sometimes timelines are very hard to explain. So I will go and do it live on Facebook as well straight after this. Is there? So the next question is there the Kraken as a mythology creatures and the Cthulhu? I'm sure that's how you say it, Cthulhu. CTHULHU, I think, or yeah, Cthulhu, weird name. Anyway, are they going to join forces? This is a very powerful card. So it's a king. There's someone in their way. Who knows? It's very blind. There's some truth being hidden. Okay. This is quick energy coming in. 7 of Wands. Money card, King of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So there's a lot of male energy here. What does it mean? Will they join? I don't. There's a deal. There's 2 deals. Ooh, but there's a yes card. And a judgment card. That's interesting. All right. Are they under the control of... Are they in control of the dark hats? The darkness? And life? No, they're in control of the white hats. So that's good. Good to hear. We all know who that white hat is, so we don't have to say anything more there. All right. Is there other creatures in the sea? Because, do you know, it's funny is we want to explore above, but not below. So what other creatures, how big is the space station down there? How big, you know, there's so many things coming in and out. Like if you go onto some of the telescopes around the world and really analyze all the clouds and all the stars and what's coming in, you see so much if you're open to see. It's quite interesting. I actually watched something and it really opened my eyes to see, because I wouldn't have known otherwise either. So it's quite interesting. So that you can go live on those. I think they're in Hawaii. There's some observer in Australia, and they post it. So you can Google it. You can check it out yourself. Do your homework. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff. So the other day I was listening to Mark Edwards' program, and on his is it Twitter? No, not Twitter. Yeah, Telegram. Yeah. Anyway, one of those on the channel. They wrote this beautiful thing for people. Okay, so it says, "I choose for my." This is for the golden frequency, the golden age, basically. So, I choose for my 4 bodies to come to harmony with the golden age and my universal God self frequency. I choose for my spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies to come back to me as one. And the guy that actually does this, his name is Ian. I think his last name is Gates. He's just a beautiful healing energy. Just magical. I choose for my spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies to come back to me as one. I choose to be uninflicted and uninfected and unaffected by anything below my universal God self frequency. I choose to be uninfected and unaffected by the change in my four bodies and my chakra system. I choose to be unaffected and unaffected by any physical labors throughout the day. How beautiful is that? Imagine shifting your energy into the golden age energy. And there's so many tools out there in the moment. I do a lot of unhooking work, so I'm very familiar with that, which I find very beautiful. For me, unhooking is one of the most easiest way to unhook this energy and then raise your frequency. And when you have a dense energy like we've been having the last few days here in Australia, and I'm sure it was all over the world because other people were talking about it, is I always had to raise my frequency, but it makes you feel very unmotivated and you don't get much done. This is some of my artwork. I put it on a cup. Beautiful way. So anyway, next we're going to go into frequency. What's the mirror energy on Earth and the Moog? So we're going to look at the shadow first and then how we can fix Earth energy. So what energy is Mother Earth glowing about at the moment? About all the addiction. Hi. So this is about addiction on Earth. We must lift it, and that's to drama, to everything that we're addicted to. So that's quite interesting. Then we have a colorless angel here. That means we have to balance our chakras, who we are, where we're going, basically lift our energy. So it's quite interesting. So the downcast pride, we have to get out of our ego. We know. Sure, you can ask a question. You can step out of your ego. Please ask. And I'll get to it in a sec, okay? The bride in the cage, so we feel very locked up. Like there's so many rules and we feel like we're in prison all the time, that our freedom has been stolen. And an obsession, we have to get away from assuming and the obsession of everything. The same with addiction. So that's a shadow we're working through in a moment, the energy, okay? It's quite interesting. And what's the good news to get? So I'm using the dream. So they're with the shadow. Now we're going to the dream cards. Louisa, you can ask a question. So basically we have to merge yourselves back together. It's like a wedding, coming home to yourself, coming home, enjoying the family, being kind, love. It's always about love, self-love, our love, giving love, being in the moment. Do you know when you're falling madly in love, you're always in that moment and you enjoy the company of that moment. So you step out of all the drama and you step into love. Or say if you give birth to a baby and once all that stuff's over, it's like the love, unconditional love, and that's been in the moment. Don't let others bug you, because it needs to be healed. And there's enough bugging around the world anyway. And stop climbing up the mountain. Learn there's easy way to do things. And stop falling for all the drama that they put on the earth and television, okay? Because it ends up falling, basically. Stop being swallowed up by it, basically. Makes sense? Good. Louisa, you can ask a question if you want. I don't mind. If you're still there. Go a lot. All right. Now I want to ask. Now one of our Australian legends, Mel, is making a new movie. I won't say for who. Like we all know, he's making one, and he got asked not to make it. So will he go ahead, Mel G, with this movie? It's been discussed. Quite interesting. Woohoo. I feel yes. So we must send him a lot of protection energy. The deal's been made. I think someone's trying to make, there's darker forces trying to make a deal with him. We know who that is. But it's controlled by the white hats anyway. The deal is here. Wow. There's still hidden information. Okay, so be patient with this new movie. Oh, it's very energetic. Truth bombs. And yes, he'll be okay. So that's all I was very worried about. Wow. Prepare to see a movie about bankers. Interesting. Hang on, is this? Oh, it doesn't work that way. Okay. Hang on, let me go in here. That works. Okay. All right. So we got that out of the way. Now, I want to talk about electric cars, climate change. There's so much going around in the moment which doesn't make much sense. So is electric cars good for our climate? Is electric cars the way into the future? I'll ask it like that. It's a moment thing. There's better technology coming in. Flying cars be much better. Can't Elon make flying cars? Because I'm sick of starting and stopping. But then please don't make them electric, because I don't want to fall out in the sky. There's a lot of things tied up in this. It's electric cars. There's a very mental card here, the Ten of Swords. Ooh, interesting. And the new ideas coming out. Interesting. All right. Another few more minutes, and then all right. I've asked them all them. I've asked the front ones. So now I'm going to ask, this is really interesting. So we had all these beautiful buildings, Tartarian buildings, and they all, they're trying to destroy lots of them. So the Tartarian buildings, or the tall old buildings that have been found all over the world, was the community actually in flying objects going from building to building? Were they energy centers? That was the deal. The truth is not being told, so it's hidden. It's a secret. Here's the sun. So a lot of it was flying with sun energy as well. Something to do with the sun. And the answer is yes. Okay. So if that is so, did humans go backwards in technology since the late 1700s? Let's ask that, okay? The technology was frozen away from us, basically. Interesting, that's Five of Pentacles. It was lost. It's still hidden at this moment. There's a magician coming. I've got the Empress energy here with the magician. The new energy, the swords, the knight. Oh, there's another sword. So to me, because swords are mental card, it needs very people that are really into understanding their technology, because it's very in here, up here, very far advanced. Interesting. That's what I'm tuning into in a moment, okay? A lot of people were actually, if you have a look at this card, is they did something, okay? They got rid of something. The tower crashed. So the energy, like the era was over and it crashed. Pentacles, Queen. The Temperance. So to me, because how the infinity goes is it's still with us. Is this we have to remember? It's, yeah, there's judgment coming to reveal. It's coming back soon. It needs to be restudied. And it's in the white hat's hands, basically. Wow. Interesting. All right, let's go into this global warming or the global stuff that's so talking about. So let's go into that. Is global warming, or what do they call it? The I don't know, how can I word it? The stuff that they're promoting to go all around the world, that there's not enough electricity, not enough of this, not enough of that. Yet we all know that's not true. Well, most of us anyway. will this agenda of the sea change, the sea change, be revealed to the truth? So it's an inner group spreading that. And here's a new world, new energy. There's a lot of information that they do not tell you. Okay, so they're hiding it actually from you. The hidden, she's reading the information. The Nine of Pentacles. It will turn a lot of people's life upside down if they knew the truth. And yes, it will come out. Okay, so the truth will come out of what they're actually doing, right? But it's got to do with feminine energy, bringing it out. Okay, balance. Everything is about balance. All right. So we're going to talk about a subject that I shouldn't really talk about, but it has to do with a metaverse, okay? Where you just gonna love living in a make-believe world to feel real. You can even invite your friends over because you will own nothing, apparently, and be happy in this make-believe world. Let's have a look. Where's the road for the MV, the metaverse? What is its purpose? So this is a family, because everyone focuses on, because we're asking what the purpose is, to hook in families, to make money out of you, because there's a pentacle, to take away your thoughts, because there's thoughts flowing up, if you can see actually the cards. Quite interesting. It's to keep. So to me, this, how can I explain it? So it's to keep certain people happy, like the substance. It's to keep you away. It's making them lots of money from you because you're spending it on it, because you're buying all these headsets and all this false realities. There's something hidden in it, and there's information flowing through. And the answer to my question is it distracting you from everything? And it does. Okay, and this is a sword card ace as well, so it's very mental. It's supposed to hook you in mentally, basically. Interesting. And that way you stop going out into the sun. Okay, so it keeps you inside. And another ace, that's true what I just said, and makes someone lots of money. You're stepping into a world which is very drowning for your soul. That's what I feel, okay? It's basically taking you away from the moment and reality. So if you're into all those games, please make sure you still live reality too, okay? Don't get hooked into shit like that. So, okay, I've done reading on that. And then now, will we have food shortages in Australia? Now, I've done a lot of readings with that the other day, but I didn't post them. So it's quite interesting what we did. So I did it in one of my classes here. So, will we have food shortage? And then we go finances and stuff like that, okay? Someone's holding the coin in all this, okay? So it's quite interesting. It's very dark energy. It's to drive you crazy mind-wise, to believe. So, and it's very drowning with the king. I believe same with the water, you know, the water. So basically farmland's been controlled. I watched a show the other day. It's actually from people in Texas. They actually posted it. Some they got a big farm in Texas, and they have this YouTube channel. And I watched some of what Australian farmers actually spend to spray their crops. It's $8,000, and there's just a few boxes there. They spray the food when they're a few weeks after they plant, and it's sprayed a couple of weeks before they pick it. And then it goes into the warehouse. So this a guy that ran a fruit and veggie shop on the side of the road. His brother owned a really big farm. I actually asked him once, and he said yes, they spray it a few weeks before they pick it. So why would you want to do that though, right? So it's quite interesting. So now around the world, in other countries, European countries, is there going to be shortages of food, water? So someone's doing this, very dark. That was very dark. Then we got the fool, to make you look foolish, or humanity look foolish, because we always know there should be enough, and we need to take our power back in this, right? Become strong. We must not feel tied up to this, because that's how they want you to feel lost and tied up, okay? While they celebrate. Interesting. But there is enough. So I suggest that people will start buying some seeds and start growing their own stuff. Just, it's really easy to buy rice and do stir fries, veggies and all that. Now, electricity was the other one that's getting hit really hard in the moment. It was petrol first. So they rose all the petrol prices. So here in Australia, Ampol make millions in revenue, right? So what they're doing is basically topping up all these companies and hiking all the prices up because they reckon there isn't enough of it. But is it really true? You know, it's how it just. I just have to shake my head. I don't even have words. How can that just shows you that so many people have such a beautiful heart, and there's some people that don't have a heart, okay? So electricity was used for the same reason that way. It says yes. Interesting. So hi. Hi, Pikachu. Hope you're having a wonderful day. All right. Now, so many people keep asking me about money, what's happening with our money system. Let's have a look. Where are we up to with our money system? It's still being balanced. Am I Irish? No, I'm actually German, but I live in Australia. So yeah, I come here when I was about 12. Oh, the answer to what I just asked is yes. The same thing. The money system is balanced. It's okay still, even if it doesn't feel it. There's people playing with it. And wow, and we all need strength through these times that we're going through right now. It will get better. So have strength. Are you Irish, are you? All right. Quick reading on the stars. Where we up with our energy. So to my knowledge, the financial system in some countries, the people lining up and getting very angry because they don't have money, right? And they're making that in those countries. So yet there's a country that gets all the money given to them. So it's going to be an interesting few months. So I always said in all my readings that in October is going to be a huge month. So September, October. So there's a lot of things happening in September, but I feel October is a very important month where a lot of things either will crash, will renew themselves. So just buckle up a little bit and just hold on. Don't get so involved in that energy and then keep your vibrations high, basically. I know it's easy to say, and I know there's a lot of things going on, like in Italy and in Hungary and in so many countries. And I sent them nothing but love, and I just hope that not too many people have to suffer because they don't deserve it. So the Pleiadian activation is coming together for humanity in the heavens and the resolution, which is quite beautiful. The Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past life and coming back to freedom. Learning to be in a now. Clearing your records, rewrite your story. The crystal skull wisdom, it's clarity. Clear thinking, understanding what's going on, which is quite cool. It's very high vibrational, so our energy actually rises. The gateway of activation, learning, experience, wisdom, transmission, earth, intelligence. Do you know, we're remembering. There's lots of us. We remember. We see you. We see everything that is not right. We see you doing all this. Just remember that. We see you. That's what Mark Atwood always says. I see you. Yeah, so do we. We see it for what it is. Emerald tablet activation. Oh, there's lots. So there's a lot of energies coming, very strong energies that are coming and activating here on Earth, and memories and stuff like that. It's quite beautiful, actually. So the best thing is don't go into fear. Understand that you're so unique and you're so very loved. The people with a dark heart, that's their journey because they'll have to answer to what they've done, as long as you don't go into that journey. So with that said, I'm going to sign off because I'm going to jump on Facebook and do some readings. So if anyone is out there, you can jump on my Facebook. But I'll be doing it on the phone because on the computer, the readings don't come through. So one more beautiful message for humanity. What do they want us to know? So the message is guidance from a loved one may come through with Father's Day today. I really hope that even the fathers in heaven know that you are loved, know that the people down here admire you, love you still, that you're not forgotten, okay? A message is trying to reach you from above. So everyone that's missing their dad, there's a message from you from above, okay? And it's all about being in the moment, loving, remembering the person, how lovely they were, that they were your dad, and the magic you had together, the relationship, even if you didn't have a good relationship. So understand that that not everything is the way it is. You know, we have a journey, and it's all about learning, and it's all about understanding. But to all the fathers out there, I hope you have a lovely Father's Day, and really enjoy your family. Family is so important, and remember that they're unique and very loved, and not to mistreat your family. Love them and support them no matter what. With that said, happy Father's Day for today here in Australia and around the world. I hope all the dads are doing really well. And if you're struggling with your energy, raise your energy and just ask for a little bit of help, okay? So with much love, good night.